New at 6, enough is enough. That's the message from Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer and Police Chief Paco Balderrama, and they're sending it to the protesters who have been acting unruly. This comes after a Sunday protest over the sale of the Tower Theater turned violent. Our Liv Johnson live now in front of the Tower Theater, where these protests have been happening for more than 3 months now. Liv, good evening.
Good evening, Alexandre. That's right. This sidewalk that I'm on right now this past Sunday was filled with protesters from both the Save the Tower Theater Committee and members of the Proud Boys group. It used to be that these groups stayed on separate sides of the street, but recently tensions have been rising. Things have turned ugly, with weapons being seized this past Sunday.
Their attire consisted of them wearing a ballistic vest as well as tactical vest. They had exposed hunting knives on their sides in sheaths, and they also, many of them were had in their possession tear gas or mace.
The weapons allegedly being carried by members of the Proud Boys. 2 people arrested after last Sunday's protest in the Tower District. Agitators from outside of Fresno causing tensions to rise.
The vast majority of these individuals, if not all of them, are not even from the city of Fresno. Yet they come into our community and they try to create a divide.
30 officers were present at the protest on April 11th, and authorities predict there were roughly 100 protesters with a record number of 40 to 60 members of the Proud Boys group. One pregnant woman claims to have been pushed by a member of the Proud Boys and was taken to the hospital but will be okay.
Last week, the situation was less than ideal.
Of the 2 arrests made, one was a male named Marcus Kelly, who was taken into custody after an altercation. They later discovered Kelly was an ex-felon and was carrying pepper spray. Although he did not claim affiliation to either side, he was dressed in Proud Boys gear.
They had the wardrobe. They were with the group. So in my mind, they are part of that organization.
Chief Balderrama says he is formulating a plan that will increase the level of safety for people involved, including bike officers as escorts and more substantial methods of separating the groups.
Obviously, they have their constitutional rights to protest and assemble, but they have to still do it within the law. So it is our job to keep people safe, to make sure they feel safe, and to address the concerns of the community. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to do that this Sunday.
Of course, these protests started back in January when Adventure Church announced its intent to purchase the Tower Theater. Chief Balderrama and Mayor Dyer say they will both be here this Sunday to make sure things don't escalate too quickly. There are also going to be barricades that separate the protesters. As for Marcus Kelly, Chief Balderrama says he's not sure whether he is still in jail or not. Reporting live from the Tower District, I'm Liv Johnson, KC24, local news that matters.